Look at this. Someone's making an opium den over here. Alright, welcome to the match between RSI 27RS against 11 CIB. We're playing on Oosterbeek, random, advanced and secure. Staging phase is now starting in 80 seconds. Looks like the RSI boys has got the good old turtle track ready to go. That's kind of an old spawn they got. They spawn with 2 half tracks, so they won't have the faster transport. The commando is Vasco. He'll be ditching the ammo for now. Logistics seems to get set and ready. It seems like the Allied have gotten a Churchill spawn, so they're definitely getting a very, very heavy tank. It's gonna be hard to kill if the Germans get a Tiger. They're setting off. They already got 2 ready out from base to head out to one of the destinations, which is going to be Maria's Zorg. Let's see here. I'm going to try and see the German side as well as they push out of their main. Here we're coming up to the captured zone. Give me a second to get up my capture zones. There we go. Yeah, the barn, classic one. We don't expect any conflict on the first 2 zones as the teams are too far apart. It is quite the long map. It seems that the Allied is able to push out from their bases much faster than the Germans. There seems to be some kind of hiccup over here. They're capping the first point, but they are leaving a lot of people here. They only really need one guy. So it seems the MSP sets out as soon as they do capture. For their armor, they have got a Tiger. And you see that just rolling down the road. Let's see if they get good use of that. Currently, it looks like they both are now starting to cap each other points. Commander is capturing the first point from the Allied, which is a smart move. They don't know where the next one is going to pop up, so it seems like the Allied has set out a transport to go in the middle of the map. That's going to be RSI. They did a little oopsie. They have taken out a rally next to the truck. They're probably not just waiting for the next point to pop up. They're unfortunate. It's quite far away. It seems to be on the east side of Martin Sorg. Commander's probably going to try and capture that as well. Going to switch teams. See, the Germans have gotten their second cap. They're capping it right now inside town. They don't know where the third cap is yet. These guys do seem to go on foot still. They might push on foot to their second or is it third cap. Logistics seems to be setting up quite a bit north from the Allied. As we presumed, RSI Vasco Commander is going for this cap alone. And the rest of the team will probably go for the next one popping up. There he is. Germans are now set up to take their third cap. They've been quite lucky in the rotation of the map layers. They have 3 capture points. It's been very close to each other. Just 300, 500 meters away. So they definitely got an advantage of getting the points quickest. And they'll probably be keeping this already. They already reinforced it quite a bit. I'm pretty sure this only has 5 points. This might actually be the midpoint. It is probably 11 CIB's best interest to keep this as long as they can while having a small force attacking the Germans. Currently, we might see the first wave of infantry versus infantry as RSI is coming out of the woods. This seems to be observing for now. They don't know yet where the actual point is. Someone's doing a salto over there. Cool. Never mind. Someone is shooting, probably at nothing. Let's see. The armor of the Allied seems to be holding back as well. Well, it's not Allied, I mean the Germans. The Tiger is just looking down the road, taking maybe any pocket shots of any MSPs or light vehicles coming down. It's now moving up. The Allied Churchill has the same idea, holding up on the main road. We got one MSP on the western side for the German objective. They're still quite far away, and if they do intend to walk, it will take them quite a while. We have the first signs of fighting. There might be an MG looking out to the north. Yes, it looks like I already see them. We got them set up in these houses. RSI is now pushing the forest, trying to be concealed as they go. Looks like they are now taking mortar. Well, no, this is artillery from commander. Ooh, that's a good hit. 4 is dead, 5 is dead, 6 dead. That was an excellent artillery strike. Doesn't seem like they got insta-killed, so they are able to get revived if the medics are fast enough. The smoke barrage is coming up. Hopefully for our side to push in from this forest. Unfortunately, they aren't close enough to really take advantage of it. CIB has set up a big force on the right flank. Probably ready to move in whenever they have the chance. Looks like RSI is going to get sandwiched when they're crossing this field. This might be a quick one. Pirates leading. We have Germans looking at him from a distance. They're now shooting. Oh, Pyro goes down. They're trying to smoke up and make a cover. It's gonna be hard for them to get in any cover in this field. They have concealment, but they don't have anything to hide behind. I think this section might have to re-evaluate their next approach. We got a second batch of RSI moving up through the concealment of these trees. It is quite a typical place to fight from. We're at least getting to the point. The left side is ready for it. That other strike went out to where the RSI gang came from. They might have taken out a rally. Otherwise, on the map, we have... Ooh, RSI? No. Batch of RSI is coming in on the west. We already have some scouts, but they're not looking in the right direction currently. These guys might actually be able to circumvent them completely. Let's see if the Germans have one head turning south. Currently, it doesn't look like it. Oh, we have one spotting. CIB did a big one, and it's probably now told the rest of the team that they are getting approached. It's taking 2 of them down. RSI has been able to push up here without any conflict. Looks like Mikalius is going to be a bit alone here, but it's being backed up. Oh, marksman. I don't think marksman is supposed to be this close to the enemies. The gun is the gun now. Currently they're just holding position. We got some RSI approaching the point much more effectively. They're still being shot at from CIB. It's basically a bush war. The guys in the bushes and the guys in the field. Looks like they are pulling back to the point, however. Right now, as you see it, no one is attacking Grotquek. There's no one defending it either, so the Germans would play it right. They put a small little section to capture it. Obviously they don't know it's completely undefended. As we see the point right now, we got one attack from the northwest, one from the southwest, and one for far east. So RSI is doing a very good job of having several flanks. 11 CIB is good to actually push out to those flanks and not staying in point. Ooh, that was awesome shot. Who did that? Tiger! Tiger knocked out the last remaining survivors of that flank. Over here, RSI is getting shot down by MGs. A last man is going to now clean up the rest, Mr. Striker. Unless this guy turns around. No. Good play. Looks like the Allied attack didn't go through on the west or east or to the northwest. 11 CIB is very strong on the defense. Ticket is still 142 against 422, so the ticket difference isn't too big. We're gonna have a look to see what the Allied tank is up to, if I can find it on the map. Currently no such luck. We have a mosquito coming in. And it hits the Tiger. Excellent marking for the command, put the mosquito down. We will see the Tiger come back soon though, we'll hope. This MG is doing his job searching around. Let's see if he is able to spot. They are actually dead, apart from one on the grass. Alright. Here we have the Churchill. Probably waiting for orders. Tiger's taken out, so its main threat is dealt with. Although it is completely alone. No infantry support, so moving up can be risky. Most of the fighting seems to be on this west side, trying to get this trail of forest, as it's a very good way of getting into the point itself. 11 CIB have decided to push the Germans instead, with good effect it looks like. They are very much cleaning up. Only one remaining is, well, then you get the rest are pretty dead. And he gets taken out by technics. Last remaining here is going to be Walker, Sinalata, Situ. I might be misspelling a lot of the names. They're now shot by an MG. It seems to be just suppressing the bush line. The smoke has been tossed out. It's gonna give some concealment, but obviously it gives away their attack position as well. This MG now has a good clue where the enemy might be. So let's see him taking up a stance. Let's see if he sees them crossing. Where's the low now? Doesn't look like that attack is gonna survive though. Okay, a new archer strike from RSI. This time also very good effect. The commander is doing well, good job as well taking out the Tiger and setting on the first archer strike. Still, there's a good couple of them left. CIB still has 6 people on the point. We are now actually looking at an attack from our side from the north. They are using smoke to their advantage, and now the Churchill is also pushing up with the infantry. Let's see if they're able to lend them a hand. It should have some smoke canisters, but it looks like our side now is actually into the point. This is the closest they got. They're now trying to clear out the buildings. There's a trade between a squad leader and a radio man. Upside there is a marksman stat Q. He's being suppressed now by Churchill. And an unfortunate team kill with the wall splash HE from the Churchill. And Churchill is standing, he might not be able to use his whole gunner with the high grass. But I'm gonna stop them from pushing harder. Looks like LMCB is doing a good job fighting off all of the Englishmen. Currently one only alive is Pancetta over here, and he's being well watched. At least from the barn from Meschel. And he does take him out. Good MG. I mean, well, the Axis have very good MGs. Looks like they are now cleaning up. It looks like this attack has failed for RSI, and now the Churchill is moving back. On the map, we see a new group coming up from the northwest. 2 RSI squads, or one very big one. They have a lot to work on. We're now finally seeing an attack coming up on the Allied flag, which is currently not... Oh, it just had a big section spawn on it. I think they had a afterthought of actually defending it. Actually, they might always have been here. I'm not sure. They popped up on my map now suddenly. Oh, preemptive strike with smoke. We'll now see 11 CIB coming in. Unfortunately, they're not timing the smoke of the commander to best effect. They're still too far away to really get to use it effectively. Probably be better to move up a bit before. This does signal though to 27 RS that something is going to attack them very soon. We have one scout wolf looking out to the north. Let's see if he's able to see this incoming barrage of 11 CIB. Oh, he's looking in the wrong direction. Oh, but he's been spotted. And he is probably going to tell them now that there's an entire section outside of their defense flag. The Bren has now started shooting, it's pressing and also killing a couple of the 11 CIB. One guy is running for it, but he does get taken down. It's probably the MG from the rooftop, yeah. Stallies and Nana seem to have this under control. Don't think this flank is going to survive long with that good defense. We're gonna look back at the point. It doesn't seem like any of the RSI is able to get any closer. Majority of the team of CIB is still inside playing defensively, and they're doing a very good job at it. Now we're looking at the good strategy from RSI actually coming from the east, using the forest to get maybe all the way into the barn. Typical thing to see is spawns to the south of this objective. Doesn't look like there's too much of it right now. There has been a big fighting going on here, several killed. It does still look... Oh! And unfortunately, team kill from the commander there. It's so rare to see actually strafing kill people, so it's still very impressive. We have a Stuka coming in. It's going to hit. nothing really particularly interesting. They might have a might notice that there is a fob up here, so maybe they'll try to hit something like that. RSI has been on this flank for quite a while. I think 11 CIB is now very dug deep to defend from this approach. The best they have to go on is on this southern flank, but it looks like they've also been taken out by Mooing Cow, perhaps. He's clearing the bushes. Or the bush bushes. The only surviving guy is Astaroth. He isn't gonna live long. Double tapping just to be sure that these are dead. Liquid. Ooh. Looks like he got spotted finally by Striker with the STG-44. That ends the southern flank. The last remaining good flank they have is this batch of people. We'll look at the defense flag right now. Currently, it looks like 207 RS are able to withstand the attack. Some CIB is remaining still in the northeast. Looks like they are playing a different approach from the barn to the far west. They might try and use the force to the west to get into the point now. Still, it does look like these guys can handle a good defense. We'll see if they're spotted or not by the roof people. A good shot from Slashy. Let's see if he's able to take out the roof guy. Probably not. Foliage is in the way. We'll look at where the main fight goes on. Let's see. We got a Tiger now on the road over here. Yes. And it's going to be moving up. It looks like it's just set up to see if there's any tanks that's going to attack the objective from the north. The RSI on this side is getting pinned down. Looks like they also are utilizing a Panzer IV. It's probably causing him the most trouble. Is this a sapper that might try and flank it? We're gonna have a look. We have a German sapper trying to blow up the Churchill. He's doing a very good job at it. Mr. Blast. Oh, looks like the commander is trying to go out to see if he can kill any of the sappers around him. Unfortunately, he's not able to spot him, and it's going to be a detonation if he did put in some mines. Yeah, it's 3 kilos. It's not enough to kill it, but that Churchill is very, very harmed right now. The engine is knackered, but they should be able to go out and fix it. Let's see if the Tiger tries to respond, chase it, although it is quite far away, so I think just stay where it is. The Panzer might be on the pursuit though. He might be thinking of chasing that Churchill, or he'll stay defensively. Now we're seeing a lot of smoke coming up. Smoke will conceal them only to that point. It does give away that they're attacking from this position though, so I see probably 11 CIB getting ready to counter it, although there's not as many CIB on the point. And we have a little group of RSI coming in from the south. Big surprise. Let's see if they're able to take out the defendants. Oh, this MG is watching the door though. Hip firing from the prone positions, pretty accurate. Don't think they can do too much against that. Pyro, who's the worst guy to go into the midst of it. He does get taken out by Stat Quo. And I think that cleans up that entire attack from the south. Oh no, they have a rally set up south, so they are able to keep the pressure on. It looks like they've sent out the Panzer IV to help out with the southern push. Do any of these guys have any sapper kits at all? Looks like we have a GL. Oh, a good GL hitting the grenade, taking out one of the defenders. The MG is still up though, and he is doing a really good job taking both of them out. Now the Panzer is going down south to see if we can see any of his enemies, and they are certainly spotting some of them right now. At least the driver has one front. That guy is going to struggle, and they are now running. The Panzer just blitzing through, trying to probably find their rally or FOB MSP, whatever it is. This is probably a sapper trying his best to put on a mine. He's going to try the Homeless mine right now. He might be able to put one on. This is quite daring. He's trying his best. It's hard to put it on. He uses the main cannon and make the shock of the cannon fire to actually kill him. There's a backblast effect next to the tank gun. So if you stand side of the tank gun, that will kill you in the same way being behind a bazooka or similar. This Panzer is doing a good job. Otherwise, we'll have a little look at the attack up north. It does look to be handled well by 22LR still. Being on the defensive, been doing a good job. It looks like 11 CIB is getting closer and closer. 27 RS is still very strong. This Red Baron guy is going to get it. Oh no, it's the opposite. That clears everyone on top of the roof. We have one guy trying to heal his comrade, which is probably what we're succeeding. The only real threat they have is Red Baron and Slashy. But from looking at these guys, they're pretty good. Nano has a good lead on where he is, and yeah, with some grenades in the approximate location, they're able to kill Slashy. I'm gonna guess Wolf probably heard him walking around in the bush and just called to its teammates to grenade the bush. If you're next to dead corpses, you gotta realize they can still hear you, and they will give you out your location, and you will have a grenade tossed at you. So it's better to run away. Looks like they are going to use some time to manage a comeback. We're gonna look back at the main fight. It looks like 11 CIB is able to defend still. Now they're getting into a crossfire with a attack from the south and attack from the north. We have an MG looking out in the bush. He is dealt with. We still have a lot of 11 CIB watching over it. This is problematic. He's overstretching himself and jumping out of cover. Same with Luke, he's not gonna survive long. He just goes out in the open like that. But no one seems to be taking him out. It looks like a good success has been done here for the STG-44 walking into the enemy and simply shooting everyone on the ground. The only remaining left is Muskie. He also got taken up by STG. The STG guy is on fire. Striker, whoever you are a beast with that gun. Astaroth is going completely alone into enemy territory. He's just bypassed a couple of axes. He's completely going in here without being noted. He's going to see a couple of Germans walking around. They're going to a place towards north to handle the last push from the RSI up north. He's not really looking anymore. He's hiding in the bush. No one around him seems to be able to know where he is. Shadow perhaps. He is just gonna stay up for now, maybe try and wait for a good opportunity to do some havoc. Currently the point is still well defended by 11 CIB. Only remaining ones in the south, well there isn't. The entire attack from the south has been dealt with. Astraf went in there, but he seems to have killed one guy. Blast. He's now in the bottom, trying to take over the barn. There's one MG left. And Astra single-handedly takes out everyone in the barn. Completely alone, he now has to defend this. He will have to set up a position as rest of the LMCB have got the news and they are going to start coming in. We already see Blondak, Eric. They're starting to throw grenades in. Eric is shooting MG and he shoots him right in the face. Probably not wise to double pick an MG from the window. Without them knowing it, they have now cleared the point again. RSI is having a very hard time. They're able to get into attacks, but they're not able to hold the attack going, and they get pushed out, so they get the respawns destroyed, and the attack doesn't last longer than more than 5 minutes. So they're having hard times reapproaching, well, the same problem. Over here, it seems like CIB is now starting to have good progress. It looks like, ooh, that was either a grenade or a GL, whatever it was. It took up most of them. They took out the logistics supply as well here. There might be an AT working in proximity. We have several of the 227 RS guys down. The rally is probably not spawnable due to this fellow being in close. Looks like they're trying to maybe clear the rally, figure out who is stopping their spawn. If you're able to, they might be able to get some allies in again. Who will see each other first? I think the MG... Oh, well, it's an MP40. He gets shot from inside the barn. Now they can spawn in again and they can reinforce. So 11CIB loses its advantage with 3 survivors left and none of the attackers alive. The 27 RS is doing a hell of a good job defending that approach. We have a squad of RSI moving out here. It's the logistics team. They've set up what looks to be 2 FOBs already. No, they've set up 2 FOBs. So what they can do now is limited. Looks like RSI is going for this eastern forest again with a lot of manpower. If they're lucky and continue this approach, they might be able to find their FOB. The FOB has a lot of reinforcements, sandbags, vehicle tents, so it's sticking out a lot. They're bound to see this FOB. Yeah, they already spotted it. As they self get spotted by Moon Cow, he's gonna go in to see who is close to this FOB of his. Somehow a lot of them already died. He finishes Walker. Now being aggressive like Moon Cow right now is usually the best approach. Standing prone in a bush makes it so you have very little observation around you. You don't know what's happening, and walking around doing this blitz approach usually takes out most of the enemies. As he's now fighting in Russo, and he heard the Bren, and he shoots us on the ground while the Bren is staring at the bush. This guy is probably going to wipe the last remaining JD. He's looking left and right, and he has the bead on him, but Moon Cow is able to take him down regardless. And using the Bren from the hip is still pretty inaccurate on full auto, so it's still a hard target. I think this guy just saved the entire FOB from being taken out. That was an ace wipe. We have some pretty ace shooters. The last remaining real attack, it looks like, is gathered up here. They have a tendency to gather up the entire section and moving together. They haven't been good at covering each other though, as we saw with the forest case. They have already been spotted through this little bush from the other side. Meichner is now shooting at him. He got this guy in the forest as well. They know they're out here now, so they already orchestrated this attack. CIB is not coming up. Their option is to try and get out of there or defend the rally they have. They already saw the rally for a grenade. Now their spawn is gone. This compact group is now really suffering from sticking so close together while they're being tossed grenades at. They're now prone while the Germans are doing what they do best. They're mobile, they're gonna walk around, they're gonna take out the submachine guns, they're gonna walk and shoot the guys on the ground. This guy just planted a 3-kilo bomb, so this is gonna be spectacular. Let's get a good footage of this. These guys don't realize it. And boom! That takes out 2 of them. That was an epic bomb from Blast. Very appropriate name as well. We're gonna now look at the defense when 27LR RS. My bad. They're still very good. I think they have gotten reinforcement from RSI, playing for some help. They set up to the west and they countered one of the flanks from CIB. At the point itself, we're seeing a much more bigger manpower from the British. But yeah, 11 CIB isn't able to get them out of their barn. We got one guy here, Daniel. He's going to probably be spotted. I don't know what his plan is, but this guy is actively walking around. He might have tried to bayonet him. No bayonet on it. Fast reaction from Daniel. He has his pistol out from Motorhead. And he finally goes down. Let's see what the tanks are up to. We have a tank armored car, or like, coming up to maybe support their second flag of the Allied. It is a Staghound. Manned by 2 people. Currently doesn't seem to be too necessary as they have now driven off most of the attackers. We're gonna look at the main flag again, where there's definitely more action. They have still not taken out the last remaining allies here. Rosso and Stegard is... No, they're dead. Yeah, actually I think the Germans have wiped the entire British squad section here. Yeah, so they'll probably give up now. Question is, it doesn't look like the Allied have any spawns close to the attack point. They are probably now thinking about a new strategy. They have lost their FOBs or MSPs, whatever they've used. 11 CIB has 1 FOB on defense and 1 FOB for attack. It looks like the British have 1 defense FOB west of their second objective. Currently there's no second FOB up. Maybe the logistics teams will try and make an attack FOB. Oh, it looks like this Greyhound just got a little bit hurt. I will venture Slashy is a pioneer of sorts. He has taken out what seems to be maybe the commander vehicle. He is being approached by Ketmo, probably looking for the sapper reported by the Staghound. So he's gonna bide his time. He might know there's someone around. I am excited to see who sees each other first. Sasi is taking the approach of waiting, and now he will get his shot. It's a miss. A miss. Come on now, you're prone. And he gets it. 3rd time's a charm. Wolf is probably gonna go there and check it out. We have a new push. Oh, exciting push from 11 CIB. They haven't seemed to be spotted yet, so they're very close to the point, and they are the first to... Oh, a amazing shot with the MP40, taking out one of the guys. He's being revived currently, but they have a beat on him now. They know these guys are on top of the roof. They know there's a guy in the barn. If they set up correctly and just cover those things, they might be able to take out the defenders. They tried to yeah. One goes down. This guy is trying his best not to get shot. Ketmo is trying to push them, but he gets shot in the open. The voices move. This guy is blind firing for some suppressive effect. This guy is now moving up his STG. Make sure he doesn't drown himself. If his head is underwater, he will die. We have a guy sitting and waiting outside of the door. He does take out one of the guys. STG gunner takes out the guys in the bush. Maybe he sees the rally. He's dead, but if he did see the rally, they might be able to attack it now, knowing where it is. We still have 2 surviving Germans in the bush. They're probably just gonna wait it out. There aren't too many on the defensive still on 27 RS, but what seems to be the case is they're pretty good at defending that point. I've done it the entire match. Looks like the entire team of RSI have pushed through this forest. A lot of medics. Looks like they're going in on foot. They're quite far away from that attacking objective, so this will take them a while, and it will make them prone to being pinned down by whoever finds them. Blast the technics, blast the guy that did this G-kill bomb thing. They might be able to spot them coming out from the bushes, perhaps. Maybe not. They do, however, have a contingent of British on the west side. They have a half-track over there, so they're utilizing their mobility. I don't think they will be able to see them. If they do drive to the east, they will be spotted. That is a big group. If those 2 guys are able to aim at all those heads as they drive past, this is going to be a lot of kills. Alright, open up. Yep, there they go. Headshot after headshot after headshot after headshot. Just 1 guy remaining. He jumps out. He's probably going to be taken out. 1 guy remains. Technic. Let's see if he kills this guy. He's completely wiped this British section. And he does! These 2 just did a hell of a job. That's the problem with the half-tracks. The heads do stick out. So then it is an easy wipe. Especially with someone with a automatic weapon. Like Blast has as a pioneer. And he gets now probably revived after that. That's a big loss for RSI. The ticket difference is still 182, 316. This match has gone on for 45 minutes. Now we're looking at a very successful push by the Germans, and they've gotten into the barn, and they look to actually be controlling it. A bit itchy trigger finger. Does kill his own fellow. And he himself gets shot by Wolf. Seems to be the only surviving British lad on the entire playing field. I would imagine this flag is being captured right now. Looks like they've now got RSI and the rest of the team to fall back to the second defensive point, seeing that it's probably now becoming neutralized. The Staghound is going to go in there and do his best to stop the cap. They're just gonna drive in, have a little drive-by, see what they can see. The Germans are defensive though. They have decided to stick inside. They have a Panzerschreck. Just got rearmed, getting ready and chasing for that Staghound. The British are now getting very close. Pyro is simply 50 meters away. This guy is gonna try and take maybe a shot at the Stag, but still far out. Let's see. He has to go crouch. He can't shoot prone. But no one told him that. 27 RS doesn't want to lose this point, but they are getting shot by a huge contingent of Germans coming in from the east side. 27 RS might have a percent that are being shot at. Yeah, they are now going down. An absolute awesome attack from the CIB in this case. 27 RS are still good. They're still getting into the point, even with all this chaos. We have El Puto coming in. He has to watch his flank though. HE is being shot inside the barn to try and take out the Germans inside. El Puto might be out of morphine. Or he's gonna clear out the barn alone. No, he has a friend. If he goes further on, he will see the German with the MP40, and it's a trade. There is one German on top. It's the MG. He's taking advantage of the bunker. See? Yeah, he got these guys pinned in the forest. They are dead, however. But a corpse is a corpse. Below him, we have the driver or the commander of the stand gun. Oh, and there is a big RSI Archie coming on point. It might have killed a lot of the friendlies, but it seems to take out all of the Germans, giving it a clean slate for anyone to go in and reman the defenses. The Germans seems to be the closest ones to reman and get inside barn liquid, and Magnus Blondak is going in, being the first ones to get to the place and probably start capturing it again. The closest we have is Wolf and one Motorhead from the west. The flank from the south is completely lost. These guys are trying to move up from the road, but they're currently being absolutely hammered by Germans. Let's see if Mecho is going to see this contingent of British moving in, throwing their phosphorus grenades, making sure they don't get hurt by their own smoke. They're pushing in successfully. Looks like they're now going into the barn to fix up. Well, eliminate the rest of the Germans. On the west end here, the Germans have taken out 2 of them already. The Bren is now starting to shoot back to suppress. We have a radar man pushing up. Let's see if the Bren guy gets him. Oh, he gets a headshot. We got a guy with a revolver. Not the rifle, but the revolver. Getting close. Let's see if he spots the guy in the corner. This radio man is being camped by a revolver wielding British guy. Unless he sees him first. The revolver guy seems to not be hitting the mark. And this is that mechanic. The Germans have a very, very good position now in the barn. They're taking the roof, they're inside the barn itself, they're able to push out against enemies, and they're almost wiped the entire RSI branch from the west. Currently there's nothing that's going to compete against them. It looks like now they're taking the point, the bleed is going to start dropping, and you can see the tickets of the British. RSI and 27 RS is now falling by the minute. It's 90 versus 323 tickets. 10 ticks just dropped down. That's probably a vehicle being blown up. 27 RS is trying to defend or attack the objective again. We don't see anyone spawning on the next defend flag. From oh, there's a squad marker at least pointing out defend their last point. But with the ticket bleed and only 80 tickets left, there might not be even any time to do that. Looks like the Germans are now going out from their initial defensive point. They found a contingent of RSI. They've dealt with them accordingly. Seems to be the only guy alive is Russo. He's surrounded. No, he's not actually here. Yes, a glitch in the system, I presume. We have the Tiger taking out the Staghound. There isn't much competition. It is like a Chihuahua against a Pitbull. It seems like it's being backed up by the Panzer IV. Looks like they are now sticking close by together. Yeah, both commanders looking out. Currently, unbeknownst to them, there isn't much activity down the south anymore. It looks like RSI and 27 RS is now just focusing getting this second point back. And we're going to see a lot of murdering in this forest. Oof. It looks like this radar man has a beat on a lot of British troops. And they fall down. We have a guy prone over there. He steps up, so he's been able to be spotted by the radar man. He gets shot down. That only leaves Malspina. Otherwise, this branch of combatants are dealt with by the Germans, doing an excellent job on defending this place. They're now being hit by all the commander abilities RSA have spared. Strafing around, bombing, killing 3 of the guys on top of the building. Actually, the 4th guy as well has just given up. Very effective strike. This leaves minimum amount of people on the point. This is the last push from the British. They don't have any chances of really getting through, apart from, well, we'll get the stencils away. MP40 is in the push, so he knows what to do. They are now losing momentum as they get started on the open field. Very easy target to spot, even prone. This place doesn't have the concealment or the cover to keep them safe. They're attacking from the... It's not the wisest attack from the open areas, and they are now feeling it. We'll see on the next round if they make use of... more concealed spots. The smoke of the British doesn't last very long, so it's a very short-lived cover. They also seem to be using smoke before they're even spotted by the enemy, which the smoke then actually tells them where they are. So preemptive smoking isn't causing them any favors, as it does alarm the Germans. Now they seem to have absolutely full control, and as we see the last tickets trickle down to 30 for the Allied. They only need to set up and look out on the open fields. He does get hit. Seems to be some snipers out there. Maybe it's Ketmo. Yeah. But he's been spotted again by the MG. And he is taken out by the MG as well. So that's good shooting. We might be looking at... Let's see... They're still coming from the west. That's a closer approach. It seems like there is a team going from... Yeah, going from FOB to attack the last point of the British. Our side went back to defend the flag. You're not about to see one of the first clashes. Let's see if there's enough tickets to see this actually happen. They have one scout looking in the correct direction. Let's see if they spot them. They are now taking up and looking over the point. There's a binocs out, scanning and seeing the troops. They're getting ready for an attack. Looks like the squad leaders want to push out first. The STG. They're already taking shots. Now they're shooting back. They're taking out the sniper in his house. They're trying to shoot back still. The MGA start now lightening up. They are walking over the open field to get into the point as fast as possible. These guys are sticking inside the barn. They're not really holding a good view of the west side. The only one who's really shooting back is the guys in the house. He will not be able to see this radar man coming up, so he will take his time. He's using smoke now, effectively throwing smoke at the very end of the attack. And a granat, yes. Will the Germans be able to defeat this garrison? It looks like we have one guy going in here. Mr. Striker was already known to be quite a good shot. Seems to be going here and clearing out the house. He has one guy left. He's switching to something that's not his gun. But there's a trade. No. Technique. Seems like he's being able to be revived though by his fellow comrade. They're very good at reviving each other very quickly after they go down. So they're taking out that house. The only remaining house, well, it's not the house, is the barn. There's 5 RSI members being backed up by more coming from the east. Ah, what a game. We are seeing the last couple tickets coming in. And we see the Germans have gone out from their own defense point and just simply attacked the west side to exterminate 27 RSI. CIB has been very aggressive in their pushes, and it has seemed to work in their favor. Their MG guys has been excellent, and I think their kill count is going to be skyrocketing. It looks like our side is doing their last push here. Let's see if this MG is able to do anything. No, it's taken out quickly, but Masaki, very quick shot there. That's a good one. One remaining here is Point Joe, which needs to be pulling back the last point. And that
GG.
is GG for the first round.
Nice. GG.
LMCB is very good at the kills, it looks like. 294 versus 137 from the beach. Let's see when they reverse their roles in round 2. Alright, that concludes the match. Just one round. 11 CIB were on the ball. RSI were very disciplined, staying in the groups, trying to do good tactics. It looks like though the aggressiveness from the 11 CIB did win over that, as they were able to run around and wipe sections that were initially just grouped together and being prone. Having flanks out with SMGs and just actively pushing aggressively and killing people in bushes is a very good valid tactic in PS, and it was good displayed here. I hope both of the parties had a good time playing on the RAAS server. It's good to at least see that it was well used, and it's quite rare that we have a situation where we land the server away, but these guys were not having a server to play on their agreed time, so we were able to see that we had our servers available and agreed to give them server for this match. Thank you, I've been Lexi. This is the first time I've ever actually commented on a match and uploaded it, so that's going to be interesting. Have a nice day.